What's up, Goofy Nation? It's J Tommy and I'm back with another video. Listen, I wanted to say thank you for all your love and support. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and also don't forget to subscribe to the J Tommy channel, the J Tommy Clips channel, and also the Avi Clips channel. You don't want to miss giveaways and the best content in the world. Thank you. So what's up, guys? I haven't talked to you guys in a few months now. Since like Christmas or something like that. I think I made like a little video and me and Avi posted it on her channel, but I've pretty much been MIA, and don't worry, we're gonna get into why. Topic 1. First off, we'll start off what the heck has been going on in the new year. What started in the new year? What's been different for me? What's been going on with me? Here, I'll tell you right now, man, it's been hell. Pretty much, man. I went to New York for Christmas, came back, I don't know what I had, COVID, something. I was sick for weeks, like out of it. Like I'm talking about a sick I haven't had since I did have COVID a few years ago, and it was bad. It just knocked me right out. And then right after I was recovering from that, I broke my thumb. That was pretty gnarly. I think I kind of posted about that. I think my last video had something maybe about that, but that was pretty gnarly. That sucked. So I was going through all that. I was getting back into my notion. My hand was feeling better. My health was feeling better. I went back to New York for Valentine's Day. And guess what? I got sick again. I got sick with strep throat. And then in the midst of me getting back and me being sick and me being messed up, I find out my dog Debo has frostbite on his nutsack. So I have to deal with all of that, and that was a mess with it in its own. So I'm sick. Debo's got frostbite on his nuts, got this big old cone on his head. It was a whole bunch of stuff. I had to hand feed him, hand give him water. It sucked because it was so cold we could barely go outside because, you know, his nuts literally had frostbite and they're all raw, and it was just, I felt so bad for the dude. But that was up until what? So now we're in February. We're in February now. Yeah, this is February that I'm talking about all this. February, I'm like, you know what? I need to just chill. I need to relax. I need to just, man, the last 2 months been horrible. In March, me and Habibi and Kylie, we had planned on going to Turkey, and that didn't fall through. But before it did, I was scrambling, trying to get everything taken care of at home and here and at work and all that before I went to Turkey. Turkey got canceled, and it was a whole thing. And then I don't know, I just got up and I flew and I surprised Avi in Batavia for St. Patty's Day. And what do you know it? I got home and I was sick as a dog. I got strep throat again. Strep throat twice in 30 days. Oh gosh. Not Debo's nuts were fine when I got back, but like he got into his food when I left and like ate like the whole bin of food. So when I came back, there was literally shit everywhere. He shit everywhere for days, and I don't know, the babysitter didn't clean it up, which I didn't expect him to, whatever. But I just came home. I felt like shit. I had to come home. My house smelled like shit. It's been really, really hard to reset. But I just finished taking like this amoxicillin or whatever the other day. I'm finally getting all this Western medicine out of me, and I'm feeling good. I've been sick 3 times this year in a matter of 3 months. I'm a fairly healthy guy. I had cheat meals and all that stuff, but like I eat fairly well, and I take care of myself, I think, fairly well. More than the average person, and I'm telling you, that shit was fucking me up. I don't know what's going on with this medicine. I don't know what's going on in the hospitals. I don't know what y'all got going on in Batavia or in New York or in the airports, but something going on where it's like, it's some sickness going on, or it's something going on with my body. So that's why I just took some time to kind of get myself right, and I feel good. I feel pretty good right now. I feel A1. So yeah, that's why there's been no videos. That's why there's been no merch. That's why there's been no content. That's why there's been nothing. I've just been out of it, man. Just laying down, cuddling with my dog, just trying to get my brain together. So that's pretty much the year so far for me. That's literally all that's went on this year for me is that stuff. Another thing I wanted to address real quick, I kind of addressed it in the 2024 wrap up with Avi, but just a few more things I want to address is just my biggest takeaways from 2024. I was with Avi and I didn't really kind of get into it. We didn't really talk about it. Like I said, I was sick and stuff like that, but and I just want to take a few minutes to kind of talk about what happened last year and what last year was and why it's going to be completely different this year and from the next few years to come. So last year, 2024, first let me take it back to, I'm from Batavia, New York, whatever. I told my story. I think the people and my supporters know. Listen, I'm from Batavia, New York, and I migrated to the Midwest. And my lifestyle, we'll say, I won't say my whole life, but for a good portion of my life, it was pretty hectic and pretty stressful. So coming here was my first sigh of relief. So my first year, I was grinding, trying to get my life back. You know what I mean? And my second year, which would have been 2023, was me, okay, going out and experiencing life again, you know, getting money, saving money, you know, getting back into my daughter's life, getting back in tune with my family, getting back in tune with my skill set, and just getting back into me. Kind of what I'm doing now, just kind of rebooting and rebunking myself. And kind of did pretty good in 2023. 2023 was a fairly good year. Didn't do much with the content or that. It was still a dull and messed up year for my brain, but it was a really, really good year of just learning and kind of putting myself out there. I feel like maybe not, you know, when it comes to content or like blowing up, but just kind of getting myself going on trips and shit. I guess you could say that, traveling, going to New York more and stuff like that, doing more while I'm in New York. But 2024 was kind of just like, all right, 2024, it was about me, but it wasn't, right? 2024, I did a lot for myself. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of personal fun. I went on a lot of trips. I did a lot of things. I went to a lot of places. I did a lot of things. And I traveled pretty much every single month in 2024. But I did a lot for a lot of people, right? I was still pretty much doing a lot for a lot of people, spending a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of just energy on other people in their situations and what they had going on. And I was just a real big helping hand in 2024, like a real one. And it kind of, at the end of the year, it stressed me out to the point where I think that's why I got all sick. My brain was all messed up, and I just couldn't take it, man. I'm like, man, I just spent way too much freaking money. That's really what it was. I've never spent that much money in my life, and at the end, I guess in a sense, I regretted it. I never spent that much time on a situation, and I never spent that much money on other situations, if that makes sense. Like, I was just working with this brand, and I was working real hard and real close with this brand, and it just didn't work well with me. And it took out a lot of energy and just a lot out of me, you know, to help them get their wheels going and crap like that, I guess you could say. And I guess I'm just done with it. You know what I mean? I'm back to us and me. You know? When I say us, I mean you and me being me. But yeah, 2024 was just like, all right, spending money on my family, spending money on my kid, you know, splurging on some of my friends and stuff like that. It's just I spent a lot of money, and it wasn't see, the thing about one thing I learned, and that's the reason I learned not to regret it, and I'm very thankful for last year, 2024, because, you know, money, I learned, you know, they print $540 million a day. So if you can't figure out a way to get that, it's like, listen, I can't get memories and time back, but there's got to be a way to get the money back. You know what I mean? So I had a lot of good time and a lot of good memories last year, and it's kind of all on YouTube. So I'm very, very thankful for last year. I'm just saying, man, I spent a lot of money, and I wish I would have did what I'm planning to do this year, next year. I wish I would have did that last year, because it would have paid off more. But I got the memories and stuff like that. Let's go on to the next topic, though. I don't know if you guys seen what I posted. Like I said, I don't know if you guys seen. I can't remember this comedian's name. I don't give a crap about him. But it's this guy dropping merch and pushing this narrative called Goofy Gang. It is what it is. If you're a real supporter, you really been tuning in with what's going on with me and my team. We haven't been Goofy Gang for a while. I've been kind of let that go a few years ago and switched to Goofy Nation. So everybody kind of messaging me, don't get into a frenzy. It's still going to be Goofy something. Probably going to be Goofy Nation, which we'll get into all that stuff in these other topics. But we can kind of get into it now. So pretty much, listen, it's been Goofy Nation, right? It's been Goofy Nation for the last 3 years. Goofy Gang, I always felt like, just for us, as a lot of the people that work with me and a lot of my colleagues and my employees, they're black. And I don't want them to be labeled anything with a gang. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm trying to push this narrative. Like, I'm trying to push a narrative with, you know, foundations and nonprofits. And I'm trying to, like, save the world. I can't save the world if I have something titled gang. Not in today's day and age. I just don't think it would work. So I had Ben switch the name to Goofy Nation because I had problems when I was in the county jail where I was first pushing Goofy Gang. The police took pictures of me and all my homies and were questioning me and asking me, da-da-da. I'm like, dude, these are college kids with a future. Like, we're not gang banging. Like, this is some real shit here. So no, don't worry about Goofy Gang. That's been scrapped. That's kind of, Goofy Gang is kind of just something that's the original members. You know what I mean? Like, the original cabinet, the real deal members. We're still like Goofy Gang. We're still GG. But I'm not going into other things where GG's still a thing, like Goofy Global and all that type of stuff. So there, let me get into that. So pretty much, yeah, Goofy Gang has been scrapped when it came to a clothing brand. Maybe once in a while, limited drop, something light, but I doubt it. Goofy Nation though, for sure, it's gonna be pushed. I'm gonna start promoting the clothes and promoting everything a lot. A lot of the videos, a lot of the content going forth is gonna have a lot of the new merch in there. Really, I'm just working on a store, a physical store and digital, one online, and then one people can go in and shop. Big shit coming, I swear to God. So just look into that. Don't worry. When it comes to the merch, when it comes to the clothes, I'm gonna push it. I'm just changing the design and how it goes. I want to make this shit as cheap as it can be, as comfortable, and I want it to be as fly without being too loud. You know what I mean? I want it to look luxurious, but at the same time, streetwear. If that makes any sense at all. You know, like I love Kanye. He's one of my favorite artists. He does a lot of black and a lot of solid clothes, and you can't really see any logos or designs too much. Something kind of like that in a way is what I want to do. So kind of look out for that. Look out for the designs and look out for those colorways, and you know, look out for that type of stuff. Also look out for like products from Avi. Look out for, she's gonna be dropping plushies. We're gonna be dropping coloring books from her. A lot of videos and stuff like that. So don't forget about Avi. Avi's gonna be dropping a lot of merch, a lot of products, just a lot of things, a lot of products. Avi's website, Shop Avi's World, is gonna be one of the biggest kids websites in the world soon. Trust me. What's the rest of the year look like, and what kind of content can you expect? All right, this is a big one because like I said, I'm taking a turn. So let me tell you kind of how I'm going to structure my videos now. If you watching these videos behind me, listen, I love them. And if you do watch these videos, I love you because you're really fucking supporting me, because they suck, right? They suck, and I can acknowledge that. Whenever I go on trips, guys, I'm really just on like on a business trip or just a last minute trip, or I'm just bored and I go somewhere and I just kind of record. Sometimes I go on trips and I don't record. Sometimes I do. And they don't really have, and they don't have like nothing. Like I'm not going on these trips like trying to do anything special or shoot something special. I'm just going, walking around and just filming with my fucking GoPro. But now what I'm gonna start doing for the rest of the year is every time I go on a trip, I'm actually gonna script the whole trip in the video. Not like anything fake or like Hollywood or like something like that where I'm doing pranks. But what I'm saying is, when I go to these cities, when I go to towns, when I go to do stuff, I'm gonna have a real narrative. So my channel, J Tommy, is gonna be based off, in a sense, travel. It's gonna be a travel channel, documentary slash vlog. So I love food, right? Most of this is about food. I'm always eating in my vlogs. So I'm gonna start directing my vlogs towards food. All right, the whole video is towards the food. I'm not just showing you buildings and miscellaneous shit that doesn't matter. I'm actually gonna be just, the whole video, the whole vlog is gonna be dedicated to the food. So if I'm going to Chicago, we're trying all the Chicago stuff. Go to New York, we're gonna try all the New York food. Go to Houston, we're gonna try all the barbecue. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna have other videos where it's travel channel, where I'm in the nature and I'm trying to sleep with a tent, and you know what I mean? And I'm trying to live off the land and do little things like that, and real deal travel content where I got somebody walking us through the Everglades, and you know what I mean, getting with football teams, a day in the life with a football player, a basketball player, you know, things like that. You're not going to see me with celebrities, anybody famous, anybody with, I don't want no like YN supporters. You get what I'm saying? I want real deal grown authentic supporters. This is going to be almost like a TV channel, you know? So yeah, I need people to go on these trips with me. I need help filming. I need help editing. Listen, the spots are valid. If you're interested in any of this stuff that I am saying, my Instagram is going to be in the description below. I love Goofy, I think my Instagram is. Message me, man. Get a hold of me. Message me. Let's do some content. Let's plan trips. Let's just, you know, let's plan this crap out. Let's do it. Let's plan out some clothing. Let's do collabs on whatever. Make stuffed animals. Let's make a fucking product. Whatever. So yes, please get a hold of me, DM me. I'm gonna drop my email and I am gonna drop my Instagram. Please. That's the content for the rest of the year. More directed content. You know what I mean? More content that's like, I can actually, when I put something in the title, the whole fucking video is about that. You know what I mean? So I think the next one is gonna be a big New York one. So you'll see. You'll see the next video I drop is gonna be way more calculated. It's gonna be way better. Topic is Project 2026. And that's kind of the rest of this year seeping into next year. So listen, this is all, everything I've been doing for these last almost 10 years, since about 2016, everything I've been doing, this whole goofy movement, everything I've been saying, just everything that's happened in my life has all been leading up to these next few months and to these next few years. I've had this plan, I've had this vision, I've had this thing I've wanted to do my whole life, and I'm finally getting close enough and knowledgeable enough to actually do it. You know, I'm finally getting the right people around me, and the people that have been around me that maybe weren't prepped for this, they're even starting to see it. They're starting to believe it, and they're starting to get ready for this too. So 2026 and Project 2026 is pretty much what I call it. The whole year is going to be a project, just, you know, seeing what works and what doesn't. But all right, I'm launching 3 things, right? I'm launching the Goofy Nation. Like, I'm launching all of that. We're gonna be copyrighting everything, trademarking everything. We're gonna be getting everything in an LLC. Everything is gonna be very, very structured with that. I'm gonna make sure that that's actually gonna be able to run like a real business and corporation. That's just always been my dream. That was the first thing that all this started off with, was selling shirts. I'm gonna keep making shirts for you guys, but I just want to make sure the business end of it is good. I'm not trying to sell t-shirts out of the trunk anymore. I want to do this legit and make real money for me, my family, and make sure you guys are getting the best product in the best quality in the best way possible. So Goofy Nation, don't worry, that's going to be launched 2026 for sure. Launched, promoted, marketed. You're going to see Goofy Nation all over your guys' stuff every single day. Every single day. The second thing that I'm launching is my media company. So I'm not going to announce a name or anything like that yet, but my media company, it's obviously going to be around, based around, you know, my content that I was just explaining, you know, the vlog / kind of documentaries, and just making sure I can get the best quality content I can and be able to hire employees and do all this stuff and just be able to get the best reach, the best marketing, the best content, just the best crap ever. You know what I mean? So that's another thing I'm going to be launching. That's not something that you guys will really see public, but that's when you'll see the change in the transition in my quality of content. And the last thing is my nonprofit. So my nonprofit is something I've really been studying the last few years. The first 2 is something I've been doing for a while, but I just don't have myself. I've been working for other legit brands, been working for other media companies and making legit money off of it. But the one thing I haven't did yet was do my due diligence of giving back to the world and the community. But like I said, I've wanted to do it strategically. I just don't want to hand out shit. I want to do it in a strategic way where I'm really helping, and you can see an effort and you can see a change after I do something, in a drastic one. So the Goofy Nation Foundation will be my nonprofit, and that will also be launched in 2026, and that's going to be big. I'm going to start off doing lots and lots of giveaways. I mean, big, huge giveaways. Just winning little cash apps, little gift cards. I'm talking about, I'm be trying to change people's lives and people's perspectives with these giveaways. Some will be bigger than the others. Some will be little, you know what I mean? But it's going to be it's going to be good. So that's going to be something you don't want to miss out, is the Goofy giveaways and the Goofy Nation Foundation. And if you guys know me and my story, I was a very troubled youth and adolescent, you know, from 20 up until I was about 21. So kids 21 and younger, boys and girls, I just want to figure out a way to help them, pave a lane for them, especially the lost ones, the ones that feel like they ain't got nothing going for themselves. These kids in foster care, jail, juvie, these kids that are, you know, they're messing up in life and they're good kids. I want to take these kids on trips. I want to take these kids and just change their lives and change their perspectives with the things I say and the things I do. So that's going to be kind of the Goofy Nation Foundation is going to be based around troubled adolescent youth. You know what I mean? And really just their mental health and improving that. And yeah, that's pretty much Project 2026. That's pretty much my briefing for you guys. And like I said, I'm sorry I'm not consistent. You know, in my outside life trying to do this, you know, I know it looks easy just putting the camera up somewhere and just recording and editing and it is easy, but when you really put time and effort into it and thought, and you really want, and you're really trying to structure it a certain way, it takes a lot out of you. And man, these last few years I've been out of my hometown. I've been living in the Midwest. It's been amazing. It's been amazing, guys. I've been traveling. I've been doing things. I've been putting myself around the right people. I've been learning every day, even when I'm just not doing nothing. I'm learning. I'm just filling my head with knowledge and things that I want to do and things that I want to happen. I'm constantly communicating with my bros, my boys, my colleagues, the people that work for me, the people that I work for. And I'm telling you, man, year by year, I'm getting better and I'm getting better and I'm getting better. The world that we live in, it's getting worse and it's getting worse. But the one thing that I've learned is that money don't mean shit. These niggas, these bitches, all this crap that we see on the internet, this gangster shit, this money shit, everything that we see on the internet, man, it means nothing, man. It means nothing. Get up and chase your dreams. If all that stuff is what you want, that's your ultimate end goal, that's your ultimate dream. Have fun, bro. Chase it. Go ahead, bro. Go do you. But for me, man, I gotta, for me, and it should be for you guys, man. You guys should want something more. There's a million things you can do in this world that has nothing to do with no gangster shit, that has nothing to do with, a lot of it has to do with money. But look it, bro, I'm telling you right now, you guys don't want millions and millions of dollars. Go get you 100K. Go get you a few M's. But stop thinking that being a rich, greedy motherfucker is the way, man. Stop thinking a gangster is the way. Stop thinking that fucking having all these hoes and shit like that makes you a fucking cool guy. You know what I'm saying? Tighten up, bro. Tighten up. But hey, listen, man. I'm for real about all this stuff. I don't mean to get off track. I'm for real about all this stuff. I'm for real. Like, I've been grinding, y'all. In the background, I don't post everything. I'm very, very silent. I'm very, very private. Everything that y'all know about me and everything that y'all see is because I want y'all to know and I want y'all to see. And there's a lot of shit that I got tucked in the back that I cannot wait to pop out with, man. It's just, timing is everything. You know what I mean? One, I don't want y'all to steal my shit before I make $1 off of it. The one thing I learned, I can't just post nothing no more because y'all would just take my shit and run with it. But I got a lot of shit in the cut. And I don't think y'all ready. But yeah, I love y'all. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And like I'm telling y'all, subscribe to all my other channels because I'm doing giveaways on all of them for the rest of life. All right, subscribe to Avi Clips channel. Don't forget to subscribe to J Tommy Clips channel. And don't forget to subscribe to the J Tommy page. All right, don't forget. Do it right now. Right now. Click the bell so you get the notifications when I drop. That's it, y'all. Love y'all. See you next time.